Dick Cox, P.I. Episode 8. Dick finds what he's looking for. I was in prison due to running over a little kid. I only lost concentration for a split second, but when I found it again, I was up to my eyeballs without a paddle, or something like that. They kept me overnight in a cell while the kid was being checked for injuries. Luckily, that kid had been hit by a toy car a few days before, and thanks to the wonders of homeopathic medicine, that event saved his life. I sat in my cell and tried to break through the wall, but there was just too much cellulose. In the end, I was let off with a caution and had to pay damages. I paid him straight away. Damages was a big guy and he'd earned his nickname. I was glad to get out of that cell. I was sharing it with some real scary guys. One was an absolute nutcase, and I was allergic. Another was a master at deadly throwing spoons. It's little wonder that before he was locked up, his neighborhood was deserted. The final guy felt no pain, and had castrated himself to prove it. I could never castrate myself. I wouldn't have the balls. I was out of prison, but I was also completely out of answers and out of luck. So I decided to go to the nearest bar. Unfortunately, I had a sudden bout of dyslexia and walked into the nearest bar instead. After a nasty slap, I found a real drinking establishment. All of my lines of inquiry had dried up like my hair does if I forget to use conditioner in the shower. You may judge me for taking care of my hair, but it's essential for a private investigator. Without a sharp, respectable hairdo, you can't get to the root of the problem. You can't comb the crime scene for clues, and the evidence never seems to gel together. The information just doesn't permeate. Yep, without my hair I'd be nothing. As it turned out, it was my hair that helped me solve the Femmi Fatali case, but I'm getting ahead of myself. I ordered a drink off the bar girl, Bloody Mary if I recall, and then sat there drinking my whiskey. Mary came over a few times, making idle chit-chat. I didn't mind until she asked if I'd like sex on the beach with a grasshopper. I have been known to be a hop-on, hop-off lover, but that would be much too bouncy for my tastes. Then I went to a seafood-themed disco, where I pulled a muscle. I then ordered a sack, went to the nearest canal, and continued to drown my sorrows. My next memory is waking up in a ditch near the canal, just at around 5 o'clock in the morning. As I began to make my way home, I saw a woman who had exceedingly large muscles waxing a canal boat. I stood there and watched her for a bit as the sun began to rise. It was then that it dawned on me. The woman I was looking at was Femmi Fatali. A really well-built Femmi Fatali. I ran over and she punched me in the face. I woke up sometime later, tied to a chair in her canal boat. I just couldn't figure out where she'd taken me. I have a photographic memory, but it was never developed. I think we went to a shopping center, but which one I couldn't say. Once you've been through one shopping center, you've seen them all.
Who the hell are you?
I am Dick Cox, P.I. Your father asked me to find you. Where have I been?
I'm not telling you anything. You're probably a cop trying to frame my father.
If I wanted to frame your father, then I would have gone to an art gallery. What happened with you and the mayor?
I'll never tell you that!
I could see that my interrogation wasn't getting anywhere. Femmi had me like a calendar. I was fixed firmly in place, and my days were numbered. There was only one thing for it. I was gonna have to employ my patented Dick Cox mind control technique. The first step was to make my eyes spiral around like some crazy manga character. Then I hit her with a confusing sentence to get her guard down. Has anyone really been far as decided to use even go one to do look more like?
What?
Now it was time to delve deep into her mind to find out what was really going on. Knock, knock.
Who's there?
Doctor.
Well, I suppose you'd better come in. Although I should have had a peek at your card first. You might have terrorism.
When I got inside her mind, there was some weird little freak of a kid running around, talking about crap. Get lost, Chaos Face. And he promptly exploded with unnecessary violence. Sorry about that, Femmi. I didn't mean to mess up your insides.
Don't worry. It happened all the time.
This story was getting more and more like a giant jigsaw tortilla. Hard to piece together and difficult to wrap up. I cut to the chase. So, Femmi, tell me what the hell is going on here.
Well, ever since I was a little girl, I've always dreamed of having a canal boat. But my father would never permit it. Too locked into his ways, I guess. So I used my girly charms on the mayor to get him to distract my father with a protracted legal case. And then ran away on this canal boat. I bought some steroids off the taxidermist to disguise my appearance, but I got addicted. Since then, I've just been shooting up and down my canal.
When Femmi said, little girl, it set me thinking. Femmi is a little girl. It brought back a strange memory for me. Her hair was familiar. Like mine, really. The thought got bigger and bigger, and then it hit me. The shock of it ripped me straight out of that weird mental world. We were back in the real world, still cruising along the river in Femmi's canal boat. I had to tell her what I just realized. Femmi, I have a revelation for you.
What is it? You okay?
Well, once I thought I was, but then I couldn't be arsed. No, the thing is, Femmi, I'm your father. At that moment, I noticed we were fast approaching a waterfall, and there were crocodiles at the bottom, and I was still tied up. Femmi, you've got to untie me. She frantically did as I said. The waterfall got nearer and nearer. Suddenly a man jumped into the canal boat from the bank. Why HSBC had a branch that close to the waterfall, I'll never know. But the guy jumped right off it. Who the hell are you?
Me, I'm Cliff. I'm here to save you.
At that moment, Femmi finished untying me and hurled the ropes away. Unfortunately, they got caught around Cliff's neck and attached themselves to a branch overhead, hanging him. The canal boat began to tip over the edge of the waterfall. Out of nowhere, two angels appeared.
Dear Cox, we are here to save you. My name is Diaz, and this is my ex-girlfriend, Machina.
Distantly, I could hear a strange sound rising. We plunged over the waterfall as the angels pulled us from the boat. The sound grew and grew until... What a fucking weird dream. Shit, I'm late for lectures, and it's raining. Look, I've ended up with this detective's hat from last night. Don't know what the hell I was doing. And who's this Italian bird lying next to me? Sounds like it's rocking about shit, and I need a drink.